All right, you're welcome back to Good Afternoon Ghana, and I am Ania Fwampofo. So my colleague Elvis Andoh has joined me in the studio, and like I said, he has been the one, manning the courts on behalf of Metro TV, and he will give us up to the minute what has happened, especially with Oliver Vormawor. Before that, let's update you on what's happening with our World Cup qualifiers. And you know that Ghana has its playoffs coming up, and we're supposed to be playing in a couple of days with Nigeria. And, well, I have some displaying pictures on my screens. Okay. So this is the World Cup qualifiers that we have coming up. We have to clash with Nigerians. Let's see who goes through. And you know that on the table, it has been the Cape Coast Sports Stadium that's been scheduled for us to have that match played. There, on Good Afternoon Ghana, we've discussed this issue at length, where we had the problem with, of course, the selected team that's supposed to be playing or representing Ghana not released by GFA yet, for reasons best known to themselves, or for saying that, well, they want it to be a surprise for the Nigerian team. Whether that's it's a splendid plan or not, I cannot really conclude on that, but that's what, for now, we have to deal with. The second issue has to do with the, that stadium that was supposed to be playing, and, well, there were issues that were raised with the Cape Coast Sports Stadium, and then we had also some CAF officials say that they may have to move the match if we don't do anything about the stadium. The update for that is that it has been moved to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. So expect that the playoffs that we're going to be having, Ghana versus Nigeria World Cup qualifiers, is going to take place in Baba Yara Sports Stadium. If you're in Ghana and you want to watch, please don't make your way to Cape Coast. Make your way to the Ashanti region, Kumasi, to be precise, and specifically the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Elvis, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Annie.
Welcome.
Thank you very
much.
How
are you? We've been sleeping. No, I won't say you, because we've been sleeping with you in the courts.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to put it right. We've been sleeping with you in the courts.
Yes, I think it's right that way.
Yes. And with Oliver Vormawor, except that he's been in
police custody
alone. He's been sleeping alone. But finally, so we've gotten to another phase of his case.
Yes, exactly.
That he's been granted bail with 2 sureties. But take us through the journey of when he was arrested, and then where he had to call a court a kangaroo court. I mean, that was an interesting, period of his time.
Exactly. I would say I knew the kangaroo thing would come up.
Yes,
it would definitely come out. But let's look at what prompted his arrest. Vormawor was arrested on the 12th of February this year. When he arrived at the Kotoka International Airport, he was picked up by the Tema Regional Police Command, and then they sent him to Ashaiman. So, weekends, courts don't sit. So he had to be with the police until Monday, that was 14th, when he had to come to court. But what actually led to his arrest was a comment he made on his social media handle. That is, he said that if this e-levy is passed after this cake, I would like to say pain over here, because he used a certain word which I can't use back. The B word, let me put it that way.
When you say the B word, what do you mean? Just say it.
Oh, okay. So let me quote him verbatim on what he said.
I mean, for the purposes of the program.
Exactly.
Yes, and for people to appreciate it.
He said, if this e-levy is passed after this cake bullshit, I would do a coup myself, useless army. So this was what he said, and the state found this very threatening, because saying that you stage a coup, then automatically you are not going to give a good government, or you are going to distract activities of the government. So they picked him up. Now, when they picked him up, he was sent to the Ashaman police station, where he was there until Monday, and then on Monday he appeared before the Ashaman District Court, which is being presided over during that time by Eleanor Barnes Botry. So at his first appearance, he was pleading that he will be given his personal liberty. That is, he wanted the court to grant bail. But the court said, no, I can't grant you bail, because My authority as a court, a district court, do not grant me that. So a higher court is what can grant you.
Which we had the controversy of, okay, so if the court cannot grant bail, why do we take the bail, case to that court?
Exactly.
And hoping that we can get it on there.
So the court told him to file a bail application in any of the high court. But then, because police wanted to do more investigations, the case was adjourned to February 28. Now, February 28, then he appeared again in court, and this time he appeared not so comfortable because he realized he has been detained for long to him. So he came to court looking very disturbed and also trying to talk back at every instance or at every given opportunity that he gets. So at a point in time, he shouted in court that the bench has lost its glory. The bench has lost its glory. That means he is trying to say that the court cannot be trusted as a place of giving fair trial to any
that moment
person.
When he actually shouted that way, that the court has lost its glory, what was the body language of the judge?
Okay, so the judge, Eleanor Barnes-Botry, was not so happy. She appears to look very disturbed because you are an accused person.
An accused person.
You can
You're
only
supposed to be taking a calm position and composure.
Yes, so Eleanor Barnes-Botry was like, okay, fine, let me speak. I am the one here. You are to listen to me. You talk when I order you or I direct you to talk. But Vormawor did not feel so comfortable. He appears to be the one who wants to show that, yes, I am there for my people. I'm fighting a cause which is fix the country, the laws must be fixed, and everything that there is with the law must be done. So it was at that moment when
he kept quiet.
He kept quiet for a while. Then he shouted, "This is a kangaroo court."
Okay.
So
that's what led to the kangaroo comment.
Yes, that was what led to a kangaroo comment. Now, when you say a court is a kangaroo court, it means a lot. In this case, when you say a court is a kangaroo court, that means the court is just posing as, let me say, a white elephant, pretending to be there, but it's not there.
But it really can't bite.
Yes, like a dog that cannot bite.
Let's go for a bite from one of the lawyers of the Fix a Country convener, and then we'll come back. We'll give you about 2 or 3 bites. As and when it's ready, we'll give it to you. But let's go for one of the lawyers, along this case when it was traveling.
In a democratic republic, that the accused person is innocent until proven guilty, and that is entitled to bail with conditions, and that is what the court did. So justice has been well served.
And I know what should we expect from now, sir?
Nothing. What do you expect? Everything is in the ball of the prosecution. When they are ready for trial, we'll be ready for them.
Honestly, I'm quite surprised, but I'm happy, of course, that he's been granted bail. But again, we need to remember that we might have won the battle, but we haven't won the war. Until they drop all charges, it's still an ongoing case. So we need to still be vigilant and still pay attention. It's not over yet.
Now, what's the strategy going forward?
As in, what do you mean? What's the
I
strategy?
mean, for
so
you.
of course, we're fighting this case. We've got lawyers. We're still going to do that. We've always used the courts. We've always used legal means, and we're going to continue to do that, as you've seen today.
Now, arrested. On the 11th of February, granted bail on the 26th. Over a month, in jail. Now, if he walks out, are there any measures being put in place to ensure that he is well and ready for, like you said, the battle ahead?
Definitely. Oliver, he knew when he was coming into the country, he kind of had an inkling that he would be arrested anyway. He was very much aware that this is a possibility, so he was quite prepared. And even them remanding him, he's using his personal case to expose the injustices within the criminal justice system. Because, we're here talking about Oliver, but you need to remember that how many other people are out there who go to court, are taken to the wrong courts, don't have access to lawyers, can't be taken to the high court to get bail. There's people on remand in Ghana for over 20 years because the police keep tossing them about.
Right, so one of the conveners for Fix the Country, and apologies for the video, was an amateur video there because everybody was just struggling to get a bite from lawyer Akuto Ampah, who earlier on spoke before Felicity actually spoke. But we still have some more videos from the supporters of Fix the Country, or some of the, I'll say the supporters of Fix the Country group. So let's go for that.
That's over the case today. Like you heard, he said he has gathered, he's really certain with whatever judgment he wants to rule out there. We are just waiting for it, but all we are pleading is that let the rule of law work. If every single Ghanaian deserves a bill when it hits this point, at least Oliver is not different from it. He's supposed to be granted bail just like any other citizen. The country has to protect its citizens and not to scare them. Okay, so we are just hoping that the judge on Wednesday, as they've adjourned the case, will come out and give his ruling. And we are hoping that Oliver will be granted bail so that the police can continue with whatever investigations due to make sure that they come out with a conclusion of this case. That is all we are hoping. This happened in 1954, okay, when Nkrumah rose up fighting for this country. Okay, so it has happened. It's not only Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, Samula Marcels, Patrick Smulumba. History is just repeating itself. Okay, when you rise up in your country to fight.
Raphael Williams there, who is a member of the Fix the Country movement. Elvis, with your period in court and all this very, I would say, daring comment made by Vormawor, did he look and appear like an inspiration to the youth?
Well, Vormawor has always been an inspiration to the youth. Looking at the numbers that came from his movement, they thronged the court premises. Large numbers came there. So anytime he appears in court, he gives them some sort of morale.
So we get about 100, 200, 300, 500,000?
His first appearance, he got about 200. Second appearance, it added up to 300. Then even today in court, the numbers were so large, and I could see
the whole crowd.
A whole crowd, and even some journalists rooting for him. So Vormawor was, or I would say, is an inspiration to most of the youth. Because anytime he appears, even though he was not feeling too well on Monday when he appeared, he still looked very strong. But he
insisted that he was okay.
He insisted he was okay and he's ready for trial. But Vormawor looks, every day you see him very strong, singing "Arise, Ghana Youth, for your country," and also charging the youth. Today he was shouting "Freedom at last." The man is having some sort of energy.
I seem to have goosebumps. I don't know what's happening in the court, but I'm having goosebumps, unfortunately. Wow.
The man appears very energetic and very, very influential.
Interesting. So that's when the bail was granted.
Yes.
Then he just started screaming freedom.
So the police had to push him back to the court and close the door.
Wow.
So he just went out of the court, freedom at last, and then he was pushed back into the court. Then they brought the FPU.
I see.
And
before I let you go, how does the word coup d'etat, or the phrase coup d'etat, sounds in the ears of the youth, or yes, our young ones today?
Well, I would say the young ones today wants to experience things that they've not experienced before. So automatically, to them, they feel these things are...
It's an inspiration.
It's inspiration. So let's see how it goes in Ghana. Let's see how Ghana will look like if we should have one. Yeah. But this thing is something that is not so good. Even the judge, Dennis Mensah, told the court that no, coup should not be an option.
An option today.
Even if you are not in support of a government policy, just look at a way of using the law to challenge the government's decision. So Dennis Mensah said that, and I think the youth should forget about coup. I just don't want to experience it.
Right, you don't want to experience it.
I don't want to.
Neither do I. So we are using other means of, discussing what is going on in the economy. If we don't like it, let's see how we can help solve it. And so on that note, Elvis, thank you for taking us through the journey of Vormawor. It's a new page that's been opened because he's been granted bail today with 2 sureties, and let's look forward to him actually providing fulfilling those demands of the courts, and then he can be very free and pursue the case later, I guess. All right.